Hey and welcome to Not Only Hollywood. Today I'm going to do a movie commentary of Concrete-Encased high school murder case from 1995. This is a Japanese crime movie. I have reviewed the movie on my channel, and when you watch this video I have also uploaded my movie commentary of Concrete from 2004. So I'm going to press play now. So this was the first movie about the Junko Furuta case. This movie was made in 1995. If I remember correctly, the Junko Furuta case was in 1987 or 1988. So this was made 7-8 years after the murder. So now the movie begins. So there's a guy telling, I guess, the story of what happened. The problem with this movie and the 1997 movie is that none of them have English subtitles. It's just Concrete from 2004 that has English subtitles. So this is going to be interesting. Oh, I think the case happened in 1989. Yeah. So we see a sort of crime scene here. And there is a narrator telling us what happened. He's sitting in a chair. I'm not a fan of any of the three movies they have made about Junko Furuta, but this one and Concrete from 2004 is the more mature movies if you compare them to the 1997 movie Juvenile Crime. That is so childish, and you have to see that movie for yourself to understand what I mean. It's been over a year since I last watched this movie. So now we are in a bedroom with the perpetrators, I guess. They're looking down on something, and I guess it's Junko Furuta. So we now know that she has died, I guess. There is a blanket over her, and they pull away the blanket, and there she lies. I just have to say that the quality is really bad. It's really hard to see anything. You will see that when I show you some of the images. 1988. And there is Junko Furuta. And the narrator tells us something in Japanese that I don't understand. I can say some Japanese words. I think it's baka. And mushi mushi. And there is Junko Furuta. She's smiling. I can tell you right away that this actress is much better than the actress that played Junko Furuta in Concrete from 2004. And now we see Junko Furuta is working at a factory. So this is something that the 2004 movie didn't show at all. It showed more of the leader of the perpetrators and how he lived. So I guess this movie is more informative than Concrete. It's so hard sometimes to keep up with the titles of these three movies, especially this one. It has so long title. It's night and Junko Furuta is out on her bicycle and there are the perpetrators. So the movie just showed us that she works at a factory and then it jumps right to the perpetrators and the night she was kidnapped. So this is a movie that doesn't waste any time. And there he kicks Junko Furuta and she falls with her bicycle. And there comes the other gentleman who's going to help her. And she has hurt her knee. She's bleeding. All of this is something they show in all of the three movies, so it's a little interesting watching this movie without English subtitles because I can concentrate more on the actors and see how much they stink. But you can't get any worse than the actress who played Junko Furuta in Concrete. I don't want to say that the actress in Juvenile Crime was Junko Furuta. It's so exploitative. And it just focuses on sex all the time. And I mean all the time. So now he's threatening Junko Furuta. I'm not sure what he's telling her, but now they are in a hotel or motel or love motel hotel or something. And Junko Furuta is in the bathtub. And the guy who kidnapped her is on the phone. He has Junko Furuta's ID, so I guess he's calling his buddies. And there are his buddies out driving, and there is a woman there. and Junko Furuta is lying in bed and crying, and I have to burp. But I'm a gentleman, so if I'm going to burp, I'm gonna cut it out. And the bad guy puts gum in Junko Furuta's hair. Okay, that actor isn't very good. You can just look at his face and you see that he isn't a good actor. And now we are in a home, and there's a woman there. There's a young kid beating her up. So I guess that's the leader of the gang. When he was younger, that they show where he came from and why he's doing the things he do with Junko Furuta. And now they are trashing a car. And there's a guy, wait a moment, there's a dead guy in a car. And they are spray painting him in the face. I'm not sure if he's been in a car accident or not, but they are spraying his car, and the taillights is on, so they have baseball bats and are destroying the car. So I guess this is a flashback when he was younger, and he's sniffing glue. A real loser. And the narrator is still going on. Wait a moment, that girl with the gum in the hair, I'm not sure if that was Junko Furuta, because she just walked out of the bathroom, and now they are out in the streets taking a walk and meeting, they are meeting the other boys in the gang. Oh, the quality is so bad. So he's talking to I'm not sure what that man is doing. Maybe he's a Yakuza. And the leader of the gang is talking to Junko Furuta. I guess he's telling her that he's going to hurt her family or parents or something. And there are 4 guys there, and Junko Furuta is in the middle. So they are taking her home to one of them. Really tough guys. And the narrator is going on and telling us something that I don't understand any of. You can hear someone scream, I think. Oh, it's a television. So now they are in a room with Junko Furuta. And a guy walks in. Yeah, it's one of the perpetrators. It's so hard to tell the actors apart because of the bad quality. This isn't a movie, it's easy to find, I can tell you that. So he's a gentleman and he gives Jungfruta something to eat or drink. But she's not having any fun. And he's small talking with Jungfruta. But I guess Jungfruta says that she wants to go home. And now he attacks Jungfruta. I'm not sure what he's telling her. Maybe she said something that upset him. And now it's night. And they are playing a game. And they are smiling and they give Jungfruta some food. I guess they are playing a NES game or something. These guys look so much older than the perpetrators in Concrete from 2004. These guys looks like they are in their 20s. And Jungfruta is sleeping. And the rest of the gang is watching something on the TV. Okay, these actors, they aren't good. The actors in Concrete is better. They don't have any life to them. It's like they have no soul. They are made of stone. And they look too old. One, two, three. There are 5 guys in the room and Jungfruta. And they are talking and they are looking at Jungfruta and it looks like they are taking a pill each. So I'm not sure what kind of drugs they are doing. And the leader, it seems like he's threatening some of them. And they start laughing, all of them. Some really fake laughter. Now they can just grow some bear and stroke it and do that evil laughter. And the leader of the gang is angry and the Jungfruta wakes up. And they are laughing. It's so bad. And the quality is so bad. It's almost impossible to see their faces. And now one of them is starting to harass Jungfruta, and there is the father of the house, and he walks to the son's door and talks to him, and he's a coward. He's about to open the door, but that won't happen. A coward of a man. I hate those parents who knew about Jungfruta and sort of what happened to her. And now and the leader is hitting Jungfruta in the thigh with a, what do you call it, brass knuckle. That was something you didn't see in Concrete from 2004. He hits her and hits her in the thigh about 10-20 times. The narrator is talking and talking, and yeah, now they are having intercourse with Jungfruta. And the gang leader is laughing a fake laughter. He looks so stupid. And Jungfruta is apathetic. I'm not sure what they're going to do now, but I think I can guess it. Yeah. Here is the bottle. So I'm not going to tell you what happens now, just read about it on Wikipedia. I just have to judge the actors, and especially the woman playing Jungfruta. And she screams. And there is the brother, and he can hear her, but he just goes back to sleep. November 29th. And there is the gang leader again. But in Concrete from 2004, where the girl wasn't named Jungfruta, the gang leader had a girlfriend, but not here. So he's talking with a guy I don't know who is. I don't know if I've seen him. He's laughing, looking like a big loser. And there is Jungfruta calling home, I guess. She's on a payphone, yeah. She called home and said to her parents that everything was okay and that she would come home after some days, if I remember correctly. So now they are on a playground, the gang leader and Jungfruta, so he's sort of nice to her that she can get out after they've done some nasty things to her. Yeah. So the actress who plays Jungfruta is not very good. she's better than the actress in Concrete, but... And now we're back to the narrator, and we see a picture of Junko Furuta in the background, and he's talking to us, saying some things in Japanese that I don't understand. He's an intense man. And Junko Furuta looks fine. So I guess the actress is pretty bad. And we're back in the sort of studio where the narrator talks. Wait a moment, there's Junko Furuta, and she has her bicycle. Now I'm lost. And the gang leader is talking to a man. Maybe he's a Yakuza member. Okay, this is a flashback. Before this happened, you can see that the gang leader is sort of stalking Junko Furuta. So that man told him something, but what he told him, I don't know. But the narrator is telling us what he said, I guess. So I need a Japanese friend. And now we are back in the scene when they kick the bicycle yeah, it's the same scene that we saw in the start. So this was a little repetitive. So they are showing the things we saw in the start. Why? They are just repeating the same thing. Oh, I heard he said Yakuza. And now we are back in the sort of studio with the narrator telling us something. He's an intense man. Oh, he's a poet now. Look at that man. He's thinking. It feels like he's on a theater stage. What an idiot. He was like, let me tell you something. I'm Sherlock Holmes. I think I figure out what was going on and what they said. And now we are back in present time, where the gang leader is walking with Junko Furuta, and now they are abusing Junko Furuta again, and they are taking pictures of her while they are abusing her. And yeah, no comment. I guess they're going to use those pictures as blackmail. That they are telling her that we're going to send them, show them to your parents. There is Jungfruta and the mother in the house, 30th November. And the mother in the house is talking with Jungfruta. And in the door comes two of the perpetrators. The gang leader greets the woman of the house, so that's not his mother. Yeah, and that's the father, the coward. It makes me so sick that a father, especially a father, don't smack that boy around and shows him who's the boss. And the boy throws some milk on his mother, and the father just sits there and he does nothing. Those two should have gone to jail for life. Look at that loser of a son. What a loser family. I can't understand how the parents could live with themselves after the son and his friends got caught. They have no honor. And there is Jungfruta sleeping. Wait. So there is the mother. She talks to Jungfruta. She's in the room with Jungfruta, and it seems like she's trying to tell Jungfruta to go. Yes. And Jungfruta walks out the door. And she smiles. But, yeah, and there is one of the gang members. I can't see his face. So he caught Jungfruta. She walked 7 meters, and there he was around the corner. And he hugs Jungfruta. I'm not going to tell what I feel about this movie and how they made this movie. You can just watch my review of Concrete and or my movie commentary of Concrete. That covers all of the things I feel about these movies. And now she has slept with the guy who caught her, and she's trying to escape again. The good thing about this movie is that it's really short. The runtime is just 68 minutes, and she's trying to walk out of the door again. She sees the light, but the light never saw Jungfruta. It's like if there really exists a god, he played around with Jungfruta, and now she's on the phone calling for help. And she got caught by the gang leader. And he hits her. And someone called back again, and he talks to someone in the phone, and he says that it was a prank call, I guess. I can't tell the actors apart with this bad quality. What are they doing? They are tormenting Jungfruta again, and yeah, here comes the burning of her leg with the lighter fluid. Let's see how the actor conveys pain. If you compare her to the awful actress in Concrete, well, that burn mark is weak compared with the burn mark you can see in Concrete. That burn mark in Concrete looks nasty. But the actress who plays Jungfruta confirms it again that she isn't good. But I think she looks a little bit like Jungfruta. Bad acting. It's disgraceful. And now one of the other guys, I think that was the nice guy, just hit her. Since they all seemed shocked that he hit her. And they are playing some games, talking, and I guess they don't know what to do with her. Oh, so the gang leader is cutting the hair of one of his members, I guess. And he screams, "Oh, he's cutting my hair, my ugly hair." Someone had to do it. Look at that quality. When I'm going to edit this movie, it will be a disaster with the video quality this movie has. And the gang leader tells to put on some loud music. And they start attacking Jungfruta again. And she screams and yeah. You know what's going on. And it was over. And there's a guy there laughing, and he sounds like he doesn't have many brain cells. And now Junkerfruta is standing, and she is crying. I can't see what's going on. And they hit her. Oh, I think she's tied up. Yeah, she's tied up, and they hit her. Really tough guys. Tie up a girl, 4 or 5 guys, and beat her. That's it's sick. And no one did anything sort of to save her. And now she begs the gang leader to let her go. December 15th. And they are making fun of her. I guess she's begging to be released and go home to her parents. But they mock her. And now they are at it again. They are tormenting her. Laughing with a lamp. They are using a lamp. Yeah. Oh yeah. I understand what's going on now. And that was that. Thank God. It's crazy to be so sick in the head that you enjoy tormenting and torturing a girl almost at the same age. If I think she was almost the same age as the perpetrators. You must live some sad lives to get a kick out of this. And that guy looks like he's 28 years old. And that guy with the glasses, he's just playing. And Junkerfruta's legs looks pretty bad now. But her face is clean. And it doesn't look like she's in pain. She tries to pretend that she can't walk, but her face says otherwise. And she stands up and sort of walking with her badly injured legs with burn marks. She asks for something, I'm not sure what. He's giving her some milk. Maybe she has to go to the bathroom. It's so sick, the whole case. How easy the perpetrators got out, the parents, everyone who knew about it. It's sick. We live in a sick world. What a piece of S world we live in. And yeah, her legs is disgusting now. Even if the quality is really bad, you can see it's pus coming out. So it seems like she had to pee in the carton. And she's crawling towards one of them, but he just shoves her off. Oh, she's begging for food, but there was nothing left, and they are laughing. So now they are also starving her, and now she is out in the cold without any clothes. Yeah, and they are laughing while she's freezing. Well, she has her skirt, it seems. Or I think she has clothes on her. The quality is so bad. But she's freezing, it's cold outside. And the movie is really boring. At least Concrete from 2004 has much better actors. The runtime is around 90 minutes. But this is just 68 minutes. And it's 18 minutes left, 19 minutes left. And the gang leader is talking to that guy again. They are at a cafe. But I can't remember who that guy on the right is. If he is one of the members or if he is a brother. And we're back in the room, and Jungfruta is crying, and they have done something to her again. I'm not sure, but if they have burnt her. And they are laughing that fake laughter. It's really, really bad when actors can't laugh in a normal way. And Jungfruta is crying or screaming. Well, she tries. December 25th. And Jungfruta is begging again. I guess she's begging that, let me go, please, let me go. Ah, it makes me so mad thinking about this case. Human race at its best. We humans, yeah, we are really good. And Jungfruta is laying on the floor under a blanket. The room looks like it's been bombed to hell. And Jungfruta is hugging a poster or something. The quality is so good. (1989) 4th January. She was held captive for 40 days. And there are some kids playing outside the room that Jungfruta lies in. And there we have her legs again, and they look so damaged and disgusting. You can also see that her hands have been burned, and she doesn't look great now. And the gang stands over her. So now I guess they will show when they dropped a dumbbell on her. Yeah. I think it's a dumbbell, but it weighs 2 kilos, I guess. And the gang leader puts on his brass knuckles again. So they're going to beat her up. Tough guys. Mama's boys. Even if I'm not a religious person, I hope hell exists. Those guys. And they beat her up. Even if the movie is bad, you know that this happened in reality, and I can't understand how people can be so effing cowards to do the things they did to her. That gang mentality, the loser mentality, that you don't have any spine to tell no, this is not okay. I can't understand how you can live with yourself. Why do you want to live after what you have done to a girl? Why do you want to live after you knew what they did to her? Humans, we are doomed. Yeah, so she died. So now they have put her in the oil drum. And they are carrying the oil drum and leave it on a field. And the gang leader is looking at the oil drum. So the scene when they killed her and they knew that she was dead is completely different from the Concrete 2004 scene, where the perpetrators were sort of sad and shocked that she died. It seemed like they thought that she would survive all the torture they did to her. So that scene is much better than the scene we saw here. In this scene, they were out to kill her. They beat her to death. And they knew that she was going to die. So it's a much better scene in Concrete. And there is the barrel. And we are back in the studio with the narrator. He's so intense. He just needs a human skull. You know, what's that? Shakespeare or Hamlet or something. He needs a human skull. Okay, so now we are back in the room and one of them is crying. The other one looks like he's laughing and they're looking at Jungfruta. So I think they try to show some emotions there. But the gang leader is just staring at her. Okay, so I think it seems like they are trying to convey that they are in shock. And there we have the real perpetrators. Yeah, so the narrator is telling us who the perpetrators were, and I guess the penalty they got. Look at those guys. If you have seen those faces, they will always follow you for the rest of your life. There are 3 of them. I can't remember how many there were. I thought it was 4. And the theater guy is really intense. I'm not sure if you call it the theater in English, but theater is stage play, stage actor. But in Norway we call it theater. And if you don't call it that in English, well, I don't care. I'm Norwegian, so we call it theater. So now we are back in the room again, and Jungfruta is getting some water from the brother who knew about what they did to her, that lived in the house. And he runs out of the room. Oh no, and now the narrator is at it again. I'm a poet. I'm so serious. He's like a poser. He's out to steal the scene. And he points at one of the perpetrators in the middle, so I guess maybe that was the leader of the gang. And now they are cleaning up the room where they killed her. The brainless idiots. And there is the milk carton. And a bloody shirt. And the gang leader is staring at the bloody shirt, and he stops for a second and, what have we done? And now they are just sitting there, all of them in the room. All of them are tired and apathetic. You know, it's hard to be killers. And here we have some text information in Japanese. Let me translate this for you. Mushi mushi, baka, or baga, baka, baga. Arigato. There are some other words I can, but I can't remember them. Ukasa, casa, ukasa. Yeah, there is still some information here. I guess it's what happened with the boys and the penalty they got. Casa, ukasa. Mushi mushi. And there is a picture of Junko Furuta, but that's the actress. I think that's the actress. It looks like the actress. Now we see a happy Junko Furuta. And that's the movie they should have made. And the court case and what happened after with the neighborhood, Japan as a country. They should raise a statue of her so that no one will forget her. They did something like that in Norway. It wasn't like Jungfruta, but it was a boy who got killed. I think it was an accident, but he still got killed because he had the wrong skin color. And the movie was over. And thank God for that, because this was a terrible movie. So Concrete from 2004 is better than this one, but not by much. So if I'm going to do a short review of this movie, I have to be honest, I'm a little tired of doing these reviews of the Junko Furuta case. But this movie is the second best movie. Concrete from 2004 is a better movie because the movie has better actors. Even if none of the three movies should have been made, Concrete from 2004, what can you say, have more class? I'm not sure if that's the right word, but this one felt just too short, and it focused so much on violence. So when it's so short, all the focus it has on the violence, and that's something I don't think they should have done. Juvenile Crime, the third movie, or the second movie, it was made in 1997. That's a completely different movie from Concrete-Encased, High School Murder Case, and Concrete. That movie is in a league of its own. That's a movie you never should watch. I mentioned the actors in Concrete-Encased, High School Murder Case. They are much, much worse than the actors in Concrete from 2004, but the actress who plays Junko Furuta, she's a little bit better than the actress in Concrete from 2004. She is awful. It's too bad that this movie doesn't have any English subtitles, because I would like to know what the narrator, or what do you call it, the host, told us. He was talking all the time, so I guess he led us through what happened with Junko Furuta leading up to the kidnapping of Junko Furuta, and what happened after the perpetrators got caught. So that would have been interesting to read what he said. The movie is short, and except for the narrator, it doesn't have much to say. If you know about the case, if you have read about the case, if you have seen Concrete, for example, you know what to expect if you watch this movie. They show much of the same. It's just that Concrete from 2004 focuses more on the gang leader, and I like that. They tried to show us sort of who he was, what persons he came in contact with. In that movie, Junko Furuta doesn't exist. She has another name. So I don't know how accurate Concrete from 2004 is. So if I'm going to give this movie a character, I will give it a 1 out of 10. Juvenile Crime is... I don't give 0, but that's a 0. If I was going to give a movie a 0 out of 10, Juvenile Crime is the movie. But Concrete-Encased, High School Murder Case focuses on the wrong things. I'm not going to repeat what I have said so much, but they should have made a more mature movie, celebrated Junko Furuta's life when she was happy, focused on the court case and the aftermath. That's the word I was looking for. Aftermath. And if they make a new movie about Jungfruta, the movie must have a competent and mature director. So that was all. I'm also going to do Juvenile Crime from 1997. I'm not looking forward to that movie again. What am I doing to myself? But a man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. So, see you next time. Sleep well and dream about me. I'm going to bed.